What is up guys, welcome back to my channel. Hey, what is up guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking about the Benks Aramid case for the iPhone 15 Pro. Now, I've had this on my phone for a few days now. Benks did send this to me free of charge, but all of the opinions are my own. Benks have nothing to do with this review and they're not going to see it before you do. So, the first thing we're going to do is get to the unboxing. After which, I will explain why I'm wearing a motorcycle jacket indoors and why I have the phone surrounded with all this shit. See you in a minute. Okay, let's go ahead and do the unboxing. Back we have a plastic fronted case, sort of plastic coated back. The packaging is actually quite attractive. It's got a little Benks sticker built with Kevlar, pulling on this tab here, which pulls the top off. And inside we have the case. That's really nicely presented. Pattern on the back there. Got a little fake iPhone picture there. So let's go ahead and take this out. Oh, it is held in there pretty firmly. Alright, that is held in there very firmly. So we have the case itself. And inside here we have some instructions. Installation, which is honestly pretty straightforward. There are a couple of QR codes here. Let's see where these QR codes go. So that goes to YouTube. You can see the installation instructions. So that's actually pretty handy and it's nice. Instead of having paper manuals which just add to environmental problems, you have a link to a video, which everyone, to me at least, a video is much better than a piece of paper. Okay, so today's review is going to be all about looks. It matched with every single thing I already own, which is amazing. It looks as if I've been an Aramid fiber case guy all along. So now let's have a closer look at the case and I'll describe to you all of the things I like about it and all of the things I don't like about it. First impressions are, the quality is nice. So the back of this, the Aramid here, has a rougher texture than the Spigen case, which I reviewed earlier, but it's nice. It adds a bit of grippiness to it with buttons. On the side, power button is metal, very nice. On the bottom we have the cutouts, ports, speaker and the microphone. And on the left, of course, we have the volume up and down and the all-important action button. On the inside, you have the diagrammatic representation of the Magsafe ring. And you can see down at the bottom here, built with DuPont Kevlar. So the back here feels like just like the outside. So it is feeling like 100% Aramid all the way through. There isn't a soft inside, which I kind of like because I think that offers a bit more protection because it, what is this word? It captures any particles of dust and holds them in one place. I know there's a word for that, but it escapes me right now. So I do like to see some kind of soft fabricy material on the inside of these cases. Sides are kind of like, they're just rubber, but they have a little bit of a texture in there, I think. If I can zoom in. So you can see the bit of texture in there, and I think that just adds a bit of impact protection if you were to drop this case. What does it say here? Designed by Benks, snap on for effortless magnetic power. Lovely. And we've got the Kevlar logo as well. Now this protective ring here is actually metal, and it also has the only branding that you're going to find anywhere on this case. It is not embossed, it's just printed. This is how I like branding to be done on tech. Nice and subtle, not too outrageous and outstanding, but it is there because it tells me that whoever made this case is proud of their case. Any rattle? Yes, they're rattling. There's rattles. That just tells me that the buttons are nicely embedded and the click of the button is going to be transferred from the phone. So, out with the iPhone 15 fine woven case. So here's my bare iPhone 15 Pro in black. Go ahead and pop this in. Nice and straightforward. And wow, yeah, that looks really nice. So I think the protective ring around the cameras looks better than the Spigen one because you have more design elements going on here. It's not just a ring, you have the little logo cutout and you have these little like concave indentations there, which are really nice and add a touch of class to the case. Buttons are excellent. The buttons are metal, so they transmit the clickiness of the actual iPhone buttons straight through to the case buttons. Quick action button works great. Let's just take it over to YouTube and play a video.
Sigma is the new king when it comes to being the cheapest, fastest super wide zoom lens out there.
Yep, volume buttons are excellent. Power button Very nice. Now, one of the objections I had with the Spigen case was that I found that the borders were a little bit too thick for my liking, giving more drop protection probably, but also making it just a bit more difficult to use in everyday use. It made the phone a bit bigger. These borders are quite a lot thinner, so immediately I prefer this case over that one. If we just compare it in size to the fine woven case, now the fine woven case is probably the most minimalist case size that you can get. If we put these side by side, you can see that the size difference is minimal. The buttons are a little bit different. Original Apple button is kind of larger and flatter, and the Benks button is a bit narrower. I do kind of prefer the look of the black buttons on the black case, but it is like a gunmetal grey. It's showing up a bit brighter because of my very bright studio light up there, but in reality it is dark and nice and subdued, and it looks more like that. So yeah, I think I'm going to use this for a few days and see how it goes. Lastly, let's just test Magsafe using my Anker charger. That's nice and secure, nice and firm. Takes a reasonable amount of force to get off. It's not going to fall off by itself, but you can take it off using the usual pull from the bottom method. Just to have a look at the clearance around the camera, that could be a problem in some Magsafe cases. It's not in this case. There's sufficient clearance between the camera and the Magsafe mount. Right, I couldn't wear that motorcycle jacket indoors anymore because it's just too hot. The last thing I put this case through was take it to the Apple store to try out the Magsafe wallets to see how firmly they attach to the back. To me, they work just as well as the original Apple cases. As far as the color is concerned, as with the black Apple phone case, I find the darker colors of the Apple wallets look better. So the blue and the green. Nowadays the green is really growing on me. I'm starting to like the green on black kind of theme. So I've now been using this case for a week, so I'm ready to give you my final thoughts on the build quality and the overall usability of the case. As far as build quality goes, there's nothing on this case that I can identify as a cost saving measure. Everything is very premium. You remember when I did the review on the Spigen case, I found that the little logo at the bottom was not inserted correctly, so there was a build quality issue with the Spigen case. No such issues with this case. Everything is as it's supposed to be. The additional elements around the camera protection give this case a unique look. As it's only been a week, I can't say how this case is going to hold up over time, but over the 1 week I've had it, it has held up pretty well. There are no marks, there are no scratches. Any grease that has occurred on it has wiped off. I've been using this case normally and there are no marks or scratches anywhere to be seen. So I'm giving this case top marks for looks and durability. Now let's have a look at how this case compares to other cases on the market, other Aramid cases. There is obviously this Spigen case which I reviewed before, which had the problem on the bottom, the build quality issue, which is why I returned it. That case also had much fatter edges, which made it uncomfortable for me. As you all know, I like very minimal cases, so the original iPhone fine woven case is very minimal, and that's why I like this so much. So you can get the Spigen Enzo Aramid MagFit case for $46.99 now on Amazon. I paid much less than that when I got it and I returned it. Now that is a comparable case. Aside from the build quality issue, that is a comparable case when you think about look and quite possibly durability as well. Now another obvious contender is the PITAKA all-around protective Aramid case. This is the one with the sides and the buttons, not the cut-out one. Now that's a lot more expensive at $69.99. Now I've never seen one of these in person, so I can't really comment on the looks or the build quality of the PITAKA case, but I assume it'll be very similar. You just have to decide which one looks better for you. And of course consider that the PITAKA case is a lot more expensive. So this one here is the Magsafe Armor Pro case on the Benks website, and it's actually pretty cheap. It's a lot cheaper than I expected. Now it is going to ship directly from China if you buy it off the Benks website, but I got it directly from China and it came in about a week, nicely packaged, so I don't see any problems with that really. Now as far as protection goes, I think this case is going to give an average amount of protection for the average user. It's not going to give minimal protection like the Apple case and similar cases. It's going to give you a bit more protection than that, but I don't think this is going to survive any massive drops. Also, you do have to consider that the metal elements here will get scratched if you rest it down on hard concrete or something. So it's not a rugged case, but I think it's a durable one within reason. based on how it's held up for me over the past week, I think this will last a long time if you take care of it. So in conclusion, I think it's a fine looking case. No build quality issues whatsoever as far as I can see. Top quality materials, top quality workmanship. And if I was into Aramid cases, which I admit I think I am now, I would definitely pick this up considering the price. Now, having said all that, is this going to be my main case? And the answer to that is no. There are two reasons for that. Despite it being less bulky than the Spigen case, it's still a little bit more bulky than the fine woven case. So the fine woven case will probably still be my daily driver. But on occasions where I don't want to take this fine woven case, for example, if I know I'm going to get wet, or if I know I'm going to get muddy or dirty, I will take this Benks case instead. Now the second reason is actually Benks' own fault. Benks also sent me to review this case. Now this is for my Samsung Galaxy S23, but this is a totally different type of case. This is pure Aramid. It does not have the sides, so the sides are cut out, but it is super compact and super fitted to the phone. And having used this for a while, I'm going to do a review for this later on, don't worry, but having used this for a while, the same amount of time, I realized this is the kind of case I want on my phone. Now, Benks does have this for the iPhone 15 Pro. It's called a Magsafe Armor Air case. And now, Benks, if you want to send me that, I'll be happy to review that too. But I think the Armor Air style kind of case is definitely my thing. I really like this one. That's going to be it for now. I do like this Benks case very much, and I will be using it in conjunction with my fine woven case. You know, just a different case for different occasions. I do recommend it, so if you want to pick it up, the links are down below. I don't get any commission from Benks for this, so I am completely objective. If you click on the Amazon link, I probably will get like a cent or two. So thanks very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this review, and stay tuned for the review on the Samsung one coming soon. Bye for now.